Yet there is a lot of questions being raised now because of what's being called Climategate. These emails that were hacked out of the University of East Anglia. Some people may have heard of this, others might not. But just explain what it is. It's being characterized as global warming by global warming deniers as the leading global warming scientists saying, let's fix the data and let's keep those who feel that there isn't the evidence for climate change out of the peer-reviewed literature.
Well, what happened was that one of the leading scientific bodies at the University of East Anglia, the Climate Research Unit, had its computers hacked, and emails of some of their scientists, I believe thousands of emails taken illegally. And those emails were then mined for information by some people, presumably the climate deniers, and they brought out a couple of snippets which they felt were damning evidence that things were being fixed. One of them was an exchange of emails with other scientists on some evidence that had come out of another group, which was not was indicating that instead of warming, the temperatures were dropping, and saying that we need to think about how to explain that. And the other one was relating to whether or not this evidence or publication should be included in the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. And the emails gave the view or the indication that these scientists would try and prevent that from happening. Now, these are two very minor incidents in the scientific debate. First of all, this isn't the only center that has the evidence. The evidence is very, very clear, and it goes across many different centers. So the Climate Research Unit in East Anglia is not the only place. Secondly, temperatures will go down. Nobody's saying that every year and every day the temperatures are continuously going to go up. It's the trend that matters, and there may be years in which temperatures will go down, but overall we are seeing, as I said, there's been a 0.7 degree increase over the last century, and that's a real increase. The other point with respect to the IPCC is that even if they wanted to keep something out of the IPCC is an open process, and it can't be kept out. It's reviewed by government, so anybody could have pointed out that this paper was not included and insisted that it be included.
This is the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC chair Rajendra Pachauri, addressing the controversy today.
Given the wide-ranging nature of change that is likely to be taken in hand, some naturally find it inconvenient to accept its inevitability. The recent incident of stealing the emails of scientists at the University of East Anglia shows that some would go to the extent of carrying out illegal acts, perhaps in an attempt to discredit the IPCC. But the panel has a record of transparent and objective assessment stretching over 21 years, performed by tens of thousands of dedicated scientists from all corners of the globe. I'm proud to inform this conference that the findings of the AR4 are based on measurements made by many independent institutions worldwide that demonstrate significant changes on land, in the atmosphere, the oceans, and in the ice-covered areas of the Earth. The internal consistency from multiple lines of evidence strongly supports the work of the scientific community, including those individuals singled out in these email exchanges.
That was Rajendra Pachauri, who is addressing this issue, this controversy that Ivo de Boer, the head of the Climate Change Conference, has called extremely damaging. Liddy Nakpal, anything you want to add on this issue? It's certainly become, to say the least, an issue at this time when this critical meeting is taking place.
Yeah, well, perhaps it's not very surprising that some quarters will try to undermine the credibility of scientists as well as the leaders of governments that are now meeting today. But I think we should not give much credence to these kinds of attempts to undermine the issue. I think we have reached a point after many years of debates that most, if not all, of the world leaders are convinced that the issue is indeed very urgent and that nothing must distract the leaders as well as the movements around the world from addressing the issues now.